Aye.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lau Chin, running for 2020 APA President. While there are many issues about which psychologists are concerned, my overarching message is that we need to focus on leadership for a new APA to advance psychology in the 21st century. When I arrived at the University of Sydney in Australia for my sabbatical as a Fulbright Distinguished Chair in January of this year, I was greeted by its slogan, "Leadership for Good starts here, a lesson in unlearning." I immediately thought that this is what we should be talking about in terms of leadership for APA. Leadership for change is leadership for good. It's what we need for APA today, living in a VUCA world, one that's volatile, unstable, complex, and ambiguous. But we need to first start with unlearning the truths that may not be inclusive of all perspectives, or ones that create silos and conflict, as we have done all too often. Leadership change is our pathway to craft a sustainable future, to advance psychology, and to improve people's lives. Psychologists can be leaders in this journey, and I see my presidency as one to engage all of you to co-create this pathway. As APA President, I intend to use leadership to transform psychology, to advance our practice to serve an increasingly global and diverse society, to use our psychological science to address real-world problems and to engage all our members. We need to allow for the possibility that what we thought were truths need to be unlearned. APA has emerged from a tumultuous period in its history which caused us to reflect on where we went awry. The independent review challenged us to re-examine and readjust our moral compass. The APA-PO lawsuit caused us to pause as how best to advocate for all of psychology. That's evident now as we ponder a new APA structure. When I heard Jeffrey Bleich's recent keynote address to the 2018 Fulbright Scholars, it brought home to me that technology, truth, and trust are guiding principles for us today if we are to prevent war and intolerance and if we are to serve human needs. The pressing issues of violence, immigration, climate change, sexual assault, and healthcare impact all of us. Yet, propaganda about fake news has created doubt amongst all of us about what's fact or fiction. We have seen technology used for bad in intercepting information to do harm. We have seen the creation of conflict and the surfacing of deep divisions among us that has eroded our trust and violated our core values about integrity, equity, and social justice. Americans are looking for change. I think psychologists are also looking for change. The principles of technology, truth, and trust also apply to us at APA, to harness our technology to do good, to seek truth and ethical practice, and to rebuild our trust, to be transparent, to collaborate for our mutual interests and the greater good about practice, science, education, and the public interest. I run for APA President with a deep commission to leadership for change, to have leadership for good. It's time for psychologists to take leadership, for us to have an APA that does not silo our interests or polarize our science and our practice. We need an APA for all psychologists, an APA that looks outward in our role as global citizens that are interconnected, international, and intercultural. Vote for me to be APA President and work with me to co-create this agenda together for our future of psychology. Thank you.